if you want to build career in web development or web designing, okay, so this subject help you to guide your career. If I consider web page, I want to design the web page. I want to give the style to my web page. Okay, how I'm going to give the style? For that, what I have the CSS. By downloading template, we can able to create our own website. For that, we have the HTML5. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new subject, and the subject name here is Multimedia Animation. And this subject is prescribed by the MYSURU University for 4th semester B.Ca student. I'm your Revati ma'am, faculty from the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, 1st grade college, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Anyway, dear student, my new subject is Multimedia Animation. Okay, fine. Before going to start my today's session, let me to see the topic of the day, that is prerequisites, learning outcome, number of units comes under the subject. Along with that, we are going to discuss about internals as well as exam pattern. Okay, fine. Before going to start about prerequisites, let's discuss what is multimedia and animation. So what's my subject name here? Multimedia animation. So what is multi? Multi in the sense what? Many. Okay, 2 or more forms. Then what is multimedia? Media is nothing but the communication media. Okay, fine. Then what about multimedia? In how many different ways we can able to convey the message or information? That's nothing but the multimedia. So what is media? It's a communication. Okay, in what are the different forms we can able to convey the message or information? So it is a interaction between user and digital information. That's nothing but the multimedia. Then what about animation? So animation is nothing but the type of multimedia. What are the different type I can have here? I can have the text, I can have the audio, I can have the video. Okay, I'm going to convey the message in the form of text, in the form of table, in the form of image, or in the form of audio, or in the form of video. Now, if I consider animation, what are the different kinds of animation I can have? That is 2D or 3D, or I can have the VFX, or even I can have the video editing, so on. So these are the nothing but the multimedia animation. So what is my subject name? Multimedia animation. And here you have to remember how we can able to create the animation, how we can able to use the animation. Okay, fine. Now, let's see the prerequisites of this subject. Anyway, dear student, if I consider this syllabus, okay, we are going to start from the scratch. In the sense what? What is web? What is web page? What is www? How we can able to create the web page, which is the basic markup language we use to create the web. All those things we are going to study. So to learn this subject, you does not require any prerequisites. So without any knowledge, you can very easily learn this subject. Okay, fine. Now, if I study this subject, okay, what's the outcome? What I'm going to get? That is, you are familiar with web designing. Okay, you know the basic concepts like what is web page, how to link the page, how to jump from one page to another. All those things we are going to learn in this subject. Okay, fine. Not only that one, we are familiar with CSS, that is Cascade Style Sheet. At the same time, we are going to study about scalar vector graphics, that is SVG. Along with that, we are going to study about Canvas, that is online graphical tool. How we can use online graphical tool, how we can able to create the online graphics in our videos, in our text, okay, in our website, all those things we will study. So this is the outcome of this subject. So we can able to create well-designed, okay, very interactive website with respect to current trend or current standard. It also demonstrates in-depth knowledge of an industry standard multimedia development. Okay, fine. If you want to build career in web development or web designing, okay, so this subject help you to guide your career. Determine the appropriate use of interactive versus standalone application. So you can able to develop, you can able to build interactive and standalone applications. So these are the learning outcome of this subject. Okay, fine. Now, if I see the units, okay, there are 3 units under the subject. How many units? 3 units. Fine. Now, see here, what is my first unit here? That is web design. Before going to start, what is web design? You may familiar with www. So what is www? That is World Wide Web. So what it is? It is a repository. It holds huge amount of web pages as well as website. So what is website? Website is nothing but the collection of web page. Then what about web page? It's nothing but the document. The document may include image. The document can have the animation. Okay, so that is all about web and web page. Now, in our first unit, we study about web design. How to create a web page, what are the things we have to include, and what kind of web page we can have, that is either static web page or dynamic. Okay, fine. If I'm going with the dynamic web page, then what are the programming language? What are the things I want to know? If I go with static web page, what are the things I want to know? All those things we will study in our first unit. So, in our first unit, origin and evaluation of HTML. I think all are familiar with HTML. So what is HTML? That is Hypertext Markup Language. So this is the base for all the web language. So what is the basic? That's nothing but the Hypertext Markup Language. Along with that, we will study about syntax of the HTML, basic text markup language, images, list, tables, how to create a form, how to create a frame, and the features and overview of HTML5. So these are the basic things we will study in our first chapter in the first unit. Okay, fine. Then if I consider second chapter, we have the CSS. So what is CSS? That is Cascade Style Sheet. If I consider web page, I want to design the web page. I want to give the style to my web page. Okay, how I'm going to give the style? For that, what I have? I have the CSS. That's nothing but the Cascade Style Sheet. So in second chapter, we will discuss about CSS. There's nothing but the different types of CSS. That is levels of style sheet, type of style sheet, style specification, formats. Along with that, we will discuss about selector forms and the properties of forms. We will discuss about font properties, list properties. Then we will go with the colors, alignments, as well as we will go with the span tag and divide tag. So these are the things we will discuss in depth about in our unit, that is unit 1, second chapter. Okay, fine. Then, okay, we will discuss about JavaScript. That's nothing but the general syntax, characteristics, how to use the JavaScript, how to write the JavaScript. While writing JavaScript, what are the things we have to follow? All those things we will learn in our third chapter. So this is all about unit 1. Fine. If I consider unit 2, see here, once again we will go with the cascade style sheet animation. So what are the animation we can have? That is, we can create very simple animations. Along with that, we will discuss about the animation property, keyframes, declaring multiple animations, and so on. Along with that, we have the HTML5. So we can have the templates. By downloading template, we can able to create our own website. For that, we have the HTML5. Along with that, we have the scalar vector graphics. By using scalar vector graphics, we can able to create vector files in the XML files. So what is XML? That is extensible markup language. By using SVG, we can have XML. In our XML file, we can able to create the vector graphics. Along with that, we will discuss how to create a view by using SVG files, how we can able to embed SVG in our HTML. Along with that, we will discuss SVG circles, rectangle, we can have the lines, ellipse, okay, polygons, polylines, and radians. By using all these things, we can able to create the animation. So what is animation? Effects. Different kinds of effects we can able to create. Okay, fine. Now, in our third unit, we have once again canvas. So what is canvas? I think most all are familiar with online graphical tool. So to create graphics online, we can have the canvas. In canvas, we have all the drag and drop option. So we have all the inbuilt features in our canvas. It's freely available graphical tool. Anyone can very easily learn the graphics by using canvas. Now, here we will discuss rendering context. Browser supports, in the sense what? If I want to run any web page or web application, what I required? I required browser. So what's my minimum requirement? I must have the any browsing software, okay, browsing application software. So we will discuss about browser supports. At the same time, we will discuss about HTML5 canvas. So we will discuss about how we can able to create a rectangle, how we can able to draw the rectangle, how we can able to draw the paths, how we can able to draw the lines. Okay, these are the things we will discuss in our third unit. Along with that, we can have the quadratic curves. So in canvas, by using canvas, we can able to create the curves, we can able to create the images, we can able to create the radiant styles, texts, colors, and so on. Along with that, we can have the canvas patterns. Okay, how we can able to create, how we can able to save the graphics, all those things we will learn under unit 3. So these are the 3 different units comes under multimedia animation. Anyway, we will discuss all these topics in depth in my upcoming session. But today's class, I'm just giving overview of the subject, in the sense what are the content we have in the subject. Now, if I consider internals, okay, we have 3 internals. And what is the weightage of the internals? The weightage of the internals here is 30 marks. So you have the internal 1, internal 2 and internal 3. In internal 1, you can expect unit 1, internal 2, you can expect unit 2 and internal 3, you can expect internal, that is unit 3. Okay, fine. If I consider the question paper pattern, we are familiar with NEP question paper pattern. That is, the subject is for 60 marks. Theory 60 marks and you have the practicals. Okay, fine. If I consider practicals, it's for 25 marks. Anyway, in my today's session, I'm not going to discuss about practicals. Okay, I'm just going to focus only about theory syllabus. Okay, fine. If I consider part A, it is for 45 marks and part B 15 marks. We know that there are 3 units. Okay, from each unit you can get 15 marks. And how many units? 3 units. So 15 into 3, what is the marks? It is 45. Now, how many units? 3 units. But how many questions we get? There are 5 questions. Out of 5, how many questions you have to answer? That is 3. And each question carries 5 marks. So 5 into 3, it is 15. So when I add 45 plus 15, what is my total marks? It is 60 marks. And if I consider practical part, it is only for 25 marks. Okay, fine. Now, okay, suppose if you want to become master in this subject, which book you have to refer? That is, this is the textbooks you have to refer. That is the complete reference, HTML and CSS. 5th edition, Thomas A. Powell, year 2017. This is the Bible you have to refer if you want to become master in this subject. Anyway, dear student, today's class I started with introduction about the multimedia animation. We came to know what is multimedia and what is animation, which are the different units comes under this subject. Along with that, we also came to know the outcome of this subject. Anyway, dear student, let's meet in the next session with the unit 1, that is web design basics. Until that, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.